Heading into 2026, we were looking for more of a crash environment in Nasdaq. There are many similarities with the dot-com bubble that began to decline in the year 2000. Now, 26 years later, we are seeing a similar pattern. History repeats, but not exactly. But we saw in 2000 Nasdaq peaked in March, and by the end of the calendar year was down nearly 40%. Overall, Nasdaq declined by 79% over a 34-month period, which, by the way, also saw a decline in the S&P 500 by 47%. Now, history is repeating again. We're looking at the data centers as being a canary in the coal mine from the standpoint of the enormous costs associated with building them, the lack of profitability so far with AI technology, and then the enormous electricity that these data centers use, and really the physical constraints on our grid to provide that type of output. So this is looking very serious because, again, investors' expectations to the moon, basically, with these stocks in the last few years. And that's kind of the norm throughout history. Something new pops up, people get really excited, share prices are bid up, and then reality sets in, and things end up being, at least for a while, quite a bit different than what investors expected, and then you get the crash. So in 2000, young companies like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Oracle, these stocks dropped, 75, 80% in some cases. A lot of the companies in that area, did not survive. They went bankrupt. So Nasdaq took 15 years to recover the 2000 highs. This is, again, something like investors should be paying attention to this, because events in Nasdaq will eventually cast shadows on other markets, including the S&P 500 and the Dow. And again, you normally get this reversal cycle where you've gone from maximum confidence in direction in a certain market, and it reverses to a max no confidence, and that's typically the